You're watching the LVSHL only on Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while, and welcome back to the Lehigh Valley Scholastic Hockey League. Tonight, it's a matchup between the Parkland Trojans and the Lehigh Valley Saints. Formerly known as the Central Catholic Saints, but they made a bit of a rebrand change coming into this year. Here's an update of the standings in the varsity division just to start out this game. Currently in first place is Bethlehem Area School District 4-2-0. Northampton second place 3-0-1. Parkland in third place 3-1-1. The Saints are in fourth place 3-3-0. Nassau fifth place 1-2-2. And East Penn Southern Lehigh last place 0-6-0. So for the Trojans, they have won two straight coming into this game tonight. They had a 2-1 win over the Saints in their last matchup and a 4-1 win over East Penn Southern Lehigh. The Saints, however, have in their last game won 12-1 staggeringly over East Penn Southern Lehigh. However, in their season, they have yet to win consecutive games. Time for tonight's starting goaltenders. In net for the Parkland Trojans, number 72, Nate Torres, 3-1-1. Goals against average, 2.74. Save percentage of .936. And in goal for the Lehigh Valley Saints, number 79, Michael Heitzler, 3-2-0. Goals against average, 3.60. And a save percentage of .890. Trojans with new uniforms similar to the Spartans' uniforms on their senior night last year, and they look really good. David McIsaac on the face-off circle. Puck is dropped, and we are underway. It's the Trojans and the Saints back in the LVSHL. This comes back towards the corner to Sawyer Marstouch. Beg your pardon, actually. That was Eric Zager trying to get back to being used to these rosters after doing games in this league all year, as we see a lot of new familiar names, or names to be familiar here as we get offside. I was trying to say we have a lot of new names here in the LVSHL, players being brought up to varsity from JV, as well as other players, and we'll go over some of them throughout this game. David McIsaac will go for this face-off against Eric Zager. McIsaac has the most points on the Saints this year. He was with the Phillipsburg State Liners last year. He actually scored a nice goal on Spartans goalie Blake Bennard during their last game of the regular season. McIsaac has 3 goals, 10 assists for 13 points. This is banged off the corner for where we are. Sean Ambrogi, brother of former Saint Stephen Ambrogi. They worked well together as we actually get a bit of an unexpected whistle. I did not hear a whistle, and we are going to have our first penalty less than 1 minute into the game. It's on the recently mentioned David McIsaac. So less than 1 minute into the game, Parkland will go on the early man advantage. Ethan DeLillo, Jack Piper, Parker Tatum, as well as Luke Hoffman will be on the penalty kill unit for the Saints. Central Catholic 2 years ago made the LVSHL final, lost to Northampton, then played Southern Lehigh the next year, came up short, missed the playoffs the year after, and they're having a pretty good season so far this year, 3-3. And off the space of the Trojans will control. Sawyer Marsteller. Off the boards, it'll be retrieved back towards the corner. Jackson Yoakum, brother of Luke Yoakum of the former Kutztown Golden Bear, as it's brought back towards the slot there for Marsteller with a shot. A nice save is made by Heitzler as the Saints managed to clear it down, only 20 seconds and counting into the power play for Parkland. Zager's pass, bringing it past the line there is Marsteller. Move on the backhand, trying to get around Piper off the boards. It's whacked away there by Hoffman and gets it past the line. Parker Tatum will chase for it short-handed, but he can't get to it in time. But it's taken away by the captain. Here's DeLillo, short-handed, and getting a piece of that was Nate Torres with his first save of the night. Now the Trojans will control. About halfway through the power play now. Outlet pass was intended there for McCulley, but he couldn't get connected there. Piper takes it on defense. Hits it off the boards and gets it past the line. Parkland still maintaining possession. As now they're going to bring it in. It's Wiener. Wiener trying to get some dekes around a few defenders, but he lost control of the puck. Richard Wiener so far this season has played in pretty much every game on the team and has the second most points with 6, 2 goals and 4 assists. 30 seconds on the man advantage now. As that one pass was intended there for McCulley, but he couldn't connect on it, and this will be an icing call against the Trojans with 21 seconds to go on their man advantage. No score early on at Bethel Municipal. For those of you who don't know, over the last few months, I transferred to Kutztown University, and I have been doing games for their hockey team. And actually, there's 3 former Parkland Trojans on their team right now, including Josh Bauer, Colby Rosen, and Andrew Lort. As that's shot at save by Heitzler. Andrew Lort's brother, Darren, is actually playing tonight, wearing number 14. Talked to him a little bit before the game. As McGinty will go for it, taken away there by James. Alec James lost it back as the Saints control through center ice. Piper whacks for it. It's backhanded through. McGinty nearly took it away, but it goes back to James. James going past the line. James on the wing with the shot. And Torres got a piece of it and covers up with 13:51 to go in the first. Nate Torres had a pretty underrated season, if I do say so for myself, for the Trojans last year when Phantoms Youth. His statistics may not have shown it. The Trojans did not have a good season last year as they also missed the playoffs, just like the Saints. But every time he played against Southern Lehigh, the 2 times that they played the Spartans last year, I always thought he looked really good in net. He just needed a better team around him, and perhaps he has it this year. As he makes the stop there, the Saints will control off this tie-up. Comes back there for James. James with the shot that was blocked. There's actually, I should also mention this, there's actually 2 James. Number 39, Alec James. Number 56, Connor James. So you'll be hearing that name quite often tonight. This goes off the stanching of the glass. Reagan Mitchelltree, former member of Phantoms Youth, gives it back to Parkland. Now nearly take it back away. This is backhanded nearly towards the corner as Parkland will try to maintain possession through center ice as Connor James gives it to Piper. Piper's had a lot of ice time on defense so far early in this first period. Nearly taken away there as the Trojans will have to retrieve it back on defense. This comes back all the way back down. As Parkland's going to make this pass towards the wing, intended there. That pass was intended for Ryan Hewitt, but he couldn't maintain possession of the puck. DeLillo now wearing the captain patch on his jersey. A Trojan fell down on his knees, couldn't get to it. DeLillo relentlessly chasing for it, has possession on the side of the net. Set one in front for a backhand shot, and that goes off the high glass and stays in play. As the Saints take it away, that was Fretz, but he lost it. Saints still keep it onside, but now this goes past the blue line. 12.5 to go in the first. No score here. James making some news. Backhand shot. That did not go. That went high and wide. Good chance there for Alec James. Turnover in front as the Saints take it back on another offensive chance. Fritz with a shot. Good blocker save made by Torres as he gets it to the corner. Marstar whacking pass as Parkland manages to get it out. A near potential breakaway was set up there intended for Eric Zager. Zager actually had the most points with Parkland last year. As the Trojans once again maintain the puck as they bring it back into the Saints zone. Zager, previously mentioned, whacked away. Good play by Ambrogi. Kept onside by Marsteller. Marsteller's shot went high and wide. It hits the glass. Alec James. Backhand pass off the boards intended for DeLillo. Gets it back. Good play as James gets into Parkland territory. James off his skate, back to his stick with Ambrogi on the point. Flings one across, tipped off a Parkland stick, and gets it back to McIsaac. McIsaac, big fan of Nick's hockey broadcast, will make a backhand pass to the corner. Taken away there as the Saints move right into there for a shot that goes over the net. Zoe Muskai with the shot on goal for the Saints. Ambrogi from the point with the shot that goes wide. Sean and Steven Ambrogi were a pretty good defensive pair during the Saints championship run, or at least make it to the finals back in 2022. Still stuck on the corner. Trojans and Saints battle for it in front as Parkland's going to bring it back the other way. Marsteller making some nice deeks. Marsteller going to the goal as it hits the side of the cage. Rebound, and that was whacked off the side of the net. Again, the second chance came there as well from Jackson Yoakum. McGinty chases the puck down as we get a line change on both squads. McGinty Also had a decent season for the Trojans last year. On the wing, moving right in for a shot. It goes high and wide. Tried to go crossbar as it would not go. Parker Tatum on the line, kept in as he'll try to get it back. Parker retakes possession for now. About 10 minutes to go in the first. No score. Trojans moving right back in. Here comes Wiener falling down on his knees as he couldn't get a shot towards the goal, and it's taken away by Piper. Flipping pass, outward pass. Here comes the Saints on the other way. Fegley on the corner. Lost possession there. Good play is made there by Grant Lake, wearing 50 in red and gray. Lake has 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points this season. Delayed offsides against the Saints, wiped down. Small line change for Parkland, brought back into the zone. Cleared in there as the Saints will try to get it back defensively. Piper flips it free. Good play there, kept there by Lake with his skate. That shot bounces wide as his whistles to the corner. Nearly hit off the stick there of Phillips. As the Saints will try to lob it back towards center ice, and they will. Fegley makes a mover on Lake. He's got a lane. Might need some help. Takes a shot from long range, and a glove save made by Torres to stop play. Off this tie-up, the Trojans take it right away, get it out of their zone. Racing forward back the other way as it's dumped back towards the corner. They'll try to get it right back. Saints still trying to get it out of their own end as Ambrogi somewhat stumbled back towards the corner. He lost his stick, nearly gets it back. Heitzer dislodges the net unintentionally, and they'll get the whistle. Heitzer played a really good game against Southern Lehigh in the third game of the regular season last year. As he starts tonight, the backup goalie actually for the Saints, number 35, Jackson Tao, is actually playing as a skater tonight. He's wearing number 35. Have not seen him on the ice, but I recall seeing him play last year. He seemed to have an oversized jersey on simply because it was a goalie jersey on a skater. I believe he played forward, but we'll likely see him tonight. I did see him play in warm-ups. I'll let you know when I see him. McIsaac on the circle. And actually, as I said it, we have a penalty called here against the Trojans, so the Saints will actually go on their first power play of the game. Ambrogi on the right play with the pass in front there for a shot. And I believe Torres got a piece of it. That initial wrist shot seemed to be somewhat fanned as it's kept in by Connor James. With a shot saved, Torres with the glove. Off this face-off, controlled there by the Saints. Connor James off the boards. Down towards the corner. Taken away nearly by Lorch, but he couldn't get out of the zone. James off the boards again. Gives it on the wing for a shot that was blocked there by Nate Torres. Rebound in front as that whistles wide towards the corner. Minute 24 and counting to go in the man advantage. As that shot goes in, that saved by Nate Torres. They score! Power play goal for the Lehigh Valley Saints, and they get a 1-0 lead. David McIsaac, as I was saying, leading the team in points, gets his 4th goal on the year. 1-0 Lehigh Valley Saints. You can see him pointing at the camera, breaking the 4th wall after getting through the fist pump line on the bench. As Hoffman takes it on the point, McIsaac, the recent goal scorer, going for another one as that goes off the wide boards. This puck will now roll past the blue line for Hoffman to retrieve. Luke Hoffman off the back part of the net. Piper towards it. Went off a Trojan and kept into the zone. Piper ran into his own man in McIsaac, and now it goes back the other way for Alec James. James on the circle, trying to make some dekes. As this is still being battled in front in the back part of the net of Nate Torres. Hoffman waiting on the point as the Trojans will try to get it back the other way, and it makes a weird bounce. The Saints go right on net for a shot on net as the puck is into the net. They score! Apologies for the delayed reaction. Wasn't sure if that was in at first glance. It was. It got past Torres. The Saints, after taking a 1-0 lead, extended it, and it's 2-0 now. Alec James, who's had a lot of good of puck possession time, as well as his brother Connor, makes it 2-0 in favor of the Saints. The puck made a weird bounce as the Trojans were trying to go the other way as he walked right towards the net and got it past Torres. The Saints up by 2.
James gets his 8th goal on.
Sager will backhand pass as Parkland down by 2, trailing early on. Wiener passed the line off the stick of Heitzer, who holds on. So again, the last time these two teams played, Parkland actually won 2-1, to be exact. Maxwell Bilger actually had a goal in that game for Parkland, as well as James McCauley. And for the Saints, the only person that had a goal in that game was Zoe Muskel, as that shot goes wide of the net right after the Trojans won the faceoff. Ambrogi will lob one through center ice into the Parkland end. Darren Lorch makes a pass through at center as the Trojans will now try to rush the other way with some offense. Racing back the other way, here comes a chance for the Trojans, saved made by Heitzer on the blocker shot attempt there. As the Saints clear there, the chance on that was for Eric Zager. Good chance to potentially get the Trojans on the board. But still a goose egg on the scoreboard for them. Still plenty of time to work with. 6 minutes to go in the first. 2-0 Saints. Shot, score! Marsteller cuts the lead in half. Sawyer Marsteller, his 2nd goal of the season. Parkland gets a quick response, trailing by 1. So Parkland right back in it. Still plenty of time to work with as his bouncing puck knuckles back toward the back part of the net for Piper. McGinty trying to steal it away. Parkland keeps it into the zone for now. It's still stuck on the circle. It comes free back in front as the Trojans still control. They'll get a shot towards the net that's fanned wide. Backhanded there by Phillips. Reagan Mitchelltree tried to get it out. Forgot to mention her brother, Duncan Mitchelltree, number 48 for the Saints, unfortunately is out tonight due to an illness. Duncan, I know you're a big fan of the channel. I hope you get better soon. Duncan, so far this season, actually, for the Saints, if I take a look here, has two assists for 2 points this season. Duncan also a pretty good player. Can only go up from here. Connor James on defense past the line. Will take a shot on net that goes, I believe it went off of Torres for a second. Hoffman with a rebound chance, and Torres got another piece of that as it goes back toward the corner. Set up there by James. Out James goes back for the recent goal scorer for the Saints. Behind the goal, whacking forward away as McGinty will backhand one as the Saints were able to keep it in. It's by the captain, Ethan DeLillo. Pass in front for McIsaac. Couldn't get a shot on that as the Trojans take it away. Proctor moves it past the line. McGinty trying to take the puck on his stick. We have a delayed penalty coming up. It's against the Saints. They touch it, and the Trojans, just what they needed, will go back on the power play, their 2nd of the night. Hoffman guilty of the call as he goes into the box of shame for at least the next 2 minutes. Off this tie-up, one there by Zager. Kept on the point. Parkland down by 1, trying to tie this up. McCauley centering pass. They couldn't get a shot on net. Jackson Yoakum was the closest Trojan to it, but he couldn't get the puck to his stick. Still on the ice now, wearing 42 in gray and red. Parkland will now move it back towards the Saints end on the power play. Zager moving on the corner. Deking around a few Saints around Fretz and Ambrogi. Fed one back towards the point. It's kept in. Zager gets it back towards the high slot. McCauley's wing on the wing. Yoakum in front as they're going to move it back towards the corner. Whacked away by Lorch. It makes a weird bounce, setting one in front as they'll get a near one-timer. No, as Marstow faking the drive. They already lost it from DeLillo, who makes a nice, easy play to back it out of harm's way. 3:14 and counting to go in the first. It is 2-1 Saints. Halfway through the power play now. Zager on the wing, brings it into the zone. Zager trying to avoid frets as he'll somewhat touch the puck away there from Joachim, as the Trojans will once again have to reset. 45 seconds to go in the power play now. Parkland will now shoot one back towards the corner. Frets hits it off the side of the cage, now off the glass. Joachim going for it. This goes off the side of the net from Ambrogi. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Lake keeps it onside. Back in comes from Wiener. Wiener with a shot save made there by Heitzler, who will hold on with 24 seconds to go on the Hoffman minor penalty. Off this time as the Saints once again cleared out of harm's way from their perspective. Wiener past the Parkland bench, trying to make the centering pass. Couldn't connect to him. That pass was intended there from Maxwell Bilger. Is kept on the line. Bilger, recently mentioned, makes a pass towards the wing. Is that tipped wide? Is the center pass in front for a shot? Scores! The game is tied! Connor McGinty ties the laces at 2. The net did come off its moorings, but the official calls it a goal as it went past the line legally, and the Trojans tied this game at 2. McGinty, his 4th goal on the year, leads the team in goals. That's his 6th point of the season. And Parkland with 2:07 to go in the first ties his game at 2. For those who don't know, the puck can cross the line legally even if the net is dislodged, if it's caused by a goaltender or opposing defender, especially for those wondering in attendance. It is legal based on what I saw in that play. I do not have ESPN replays at my disposal, but that seemed like a legal play to me. As now the Saints will have it back to Piper off the boards towards the Saints bench. As Parkland's going to try to maintain control back. Now the Parkland defense will try to get back out and gain more offense as the Trojans have scored 2 unanswered goals. As this will be an icing here against Parkland. Phillips was the nearest Trojan to it, but they'll lob the puck all the way down towards the Parkland end. So immediately after this game at approximately 7:45, there'll be another game here in the varsity division tonight between East Penn, Southern Lehigh, and the Nazareth Blue Eagles. I will be broadcasting that game too, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. Parkland's now going to backhand this one nearly past the line, trying to get it through there. Trying to get through there actually was Daniel Saika. Austin Bellis waiting in front of the goal. As the Saints are trying to get back out. We have passed the last minute to play in the first period. And a high-scoring first period, 4 goals total, as now the Trojans move it right back in. It's Marstow, lost the puck, gets it back. Remember Phantom's youth. Marstow on the point. Lorch keeps it in. A Trojan penalty. We have a delayed penalty coming up. It's once again against the Saints. Hoffman was trying to take down Austin Bellis. I believe he's going back in the box for the second time this period. Regardless, the Trojans go on yet another man advantage. And no, it is not on Hoffman, actually. It's on Alex Park. Alex Parkey, beg your pardon. Parkey has yet to have a single point this season. Unfortunately, he has the statistic of penalty minutes, similar to all-time Spartans player Anthony Greco would do all the time. Speaking of Southern Lehigh, I have news of an alumni game that's going to be happening later this month. I'll go over that in the second period. Shorthanded chance, or he's shorthanded for the Saints now into the Parkland zone, was James as the Saints keep it in. Good play by David McIsaac that was somewhat blocked. Central Catholic, or I should say Lehigh Valley, doing a good job killing some time here. 16 seconds to go in the first period as we get an offsides here against the Trojans. And someone staying down on the ice like a snow angel was McIsaac as he's going to slowly get up. And he's not hurt. He just seemed to be playing around there. This faceoff will be dropped here. It'll be David McIsaac against Bilger as the Trojans take it. 8 seconds to go in the period. Wiener shot from long range off the stick of Heitzler and into the safety netting. 3.2 seconds to go now in the first. Off this tie-up. Saints trying to kill some clock, and they will. It is tied at 2 after 1. We'll be back for the second. Second period's about to get underway. The game is tied at 2 here at Bethlehem Municipal. Goals coming from Sawyer Marsteller, Connor McGinty, David McIsaac, as well as Alec James. Parkland will be on the power play for the first minute 21 and counting to start the second. As the second gets underway, DeLillo will lob one towards the point as it bounces back to Lorch. Darren Lorch tried to avoid Tatum and successfully did. Saints nearly sneakily take it away. That was DeLillo, but Darren Lorch will rush it back on the wing. Brother of Kutztown Golden Bear in D3, Andrew Lorch. Darren will try to chase for relentlessly back on the corner. That's actually Zager going for it at this moment. A few other Trojans and Saints as this puck finally comes free to Marsteller. Marsteller shot glove save Heitzler. 40 seconds exactly to go on their man advantage. Off this face-off, Saints take it away defensively. Connor James off the board, successfully gets it past the blue line. Lorch's pass. This seemed like a delayed offside for a brief moment against the Trojans. Wiped off now as James once again gives it to his brother Alec as they'll get it past both lines. Torres sweeps it away as Lorch lost sight of the puck, almost stumbled away there from McIsaac. As the Saints killing some clock here. 8 seconds and counting to go on the power play for the Trojans. McIsaac trying to avoid Marsteller and gets it free. On the corner now. Power play has ended. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey for now. McIsaac rolling around the circle. McIsaac passing front to the side, and that intended for DeLillo, but he couldn't get the puck to his stick to get a shot. Meanwhile, Zager will rush back the other way with some speed at center ice. Zager over the line, trying to get around Ambrogi. Gets around him on one knee. Seemed to somewhat lose his balance as he goes for it once again on the right side. And Connor James trying to get it free and does. Saints moving back through center ice. Moves around the wing there from McGinty. Backhand pass comes there for Ambrogi with the shot that goes high and wide. Falling down was Piper, but he kept it onside. Good play to give it to Ethan DeLillo. DeLillo tried to throw it across, and that was blocked. It may have went off of Torres or McGinty. Regardless, the Trojans will try to get out of harm's way. McGinty's right wing pass intended there for Yoakum has Lake at center. Yoakum's pass to Lake. Lake going on in. Good shoulder save made by Heitzler as it comes back from the side of the net. Kept onside on the point as this puck goes lobbing over the Parkland coaches and into the benches. Luckily, no one got hurt there. So actually, I want to go over some news I heard from courtesy of Mrs. Greco prior to this game. Southern Lehigh, which is my main team for those of you who don't know, will be having a team alumni game on December 23rd. Players like Anthony Greco, Jack and Casey, Nick Humphrey, James Penniger, Blake Benner, and more will be playing. I am definitely going to be there for that. So stay tuned for that later in the month. As this puck goes off the ceiling, they'll call that as it went out of play. Tao, the backup goalie, as I was mentioning earlier, is on the ice. He's wearing 35 in black and white. You can kind of see he has a bit of an oversized jersey. You can kind of see him the far side of your screen right now. He's actually right behind the net. There he is. You can see his bigger jersey under his shoulders, but I guess it gets the job done. Seems to be playing at center. The Trojans will now try to get it out of their own end. This goes off of Parkey as the Trojans will try to carefully get it out, and now they will. They'll have it back on the wing. 13.5 to go in the pairs as trying to serve right towards the net, saved by Michael Heitzler, as now it's kept on the line for a shot on net that goes wide. That second chance actually came from Chase Carl. Spoke to his dad before the game, as Ambrogi still has it on the left corner to try to get it himself. He might need some help, but it's taken away by the Saints. But maybe not for much longer, as Parkland has it back on the corner. Someone in front that actually went off the side of the pad of Heitzler. This goes off the boards. The play was made there to keep it into the zone by Bilger. Maxwell Bilger had it for a brief moment as the Saints will ice the puck. Tad less than 13 minutes to go in the second. The game is tied here at 2 at Bethlehem Municipal. Off this tie-up, the Saints take it. Connor James behind his own goal in Gretzky's office. Still waiting to take it out himself. Parkland somehow keeps it in as the puck was tipped. On the line is Wiener. Gets it back towards the corner. Wiener back in the high slot. Wiener with a wrist shot. That whistles wide. James off the boards, kept in by Lake. Grant Lake, member of Phantoms Youth. Fanning on the pass attempt was Hewitt. As Piper gives it back towards the wing. Parkland will now try to retake possession from Parker Tatum, as it's kept there on the right point there by Fegley, but actually not for much longer. I beg your pardon. As now the Trojans will try to take it back in their own zone once again. It's Wiener, 89 in red and gray, moving through center ice. Wiener's going to go into the Saints zone. Makes a pass on the wing for a shot, saved by Heitzler. The chance coming from Ryan Hewitt. I can't say this officially, but I have not seen Henry Long on the ice for the Saints. He is a very good player. He has 7 goals, 6 assists for 13 points. His brother Charlie Long is currently playing for ACHA D1 at Lehigh. He was also a really good player for the Saints. So it seems the Saints are down 2 good players in Duncan Mitchell-Tree and Henry Long tonight. But they're still in this one as we're tied at 2. Lake will jab forward. This puck was off his stick as well as both of his skates. He actually falls down, tumbles there, as Connor James's pass was intercepted by Zager. Zager trying to make some dekes around James. It's gone off a few bodies, and now it's taken away there by Zager, trying to swip it free towards the circle. Zager will now still hold on, might need some reinforcements and some passing options. Takes a shot on net, and it's turned away by Heitzler. Coming off the bench is Lorch. Darren Lorch will try to get the puck himself as well. Marstell, actually, no, that was not Marstell. He's actually at center ice, as that was still kept into the zone there by Zager. Saints will now take it back the other way. They'll bring it into the Parkland end. Alec James. James on the corner, going right behind the goal. Bringing it around. Takes a shot, saved by Torres, as the Trojans will try to get out. It's Darren Lort. Stumbles as he falls down. Gets back up and clears it back towards McGinty. Connor McGinty trying to get around the wing of DeLillo. McGinty now on the right wing. Trying to make some moves around Fretz. Makes a centering front for a shot that goes wide. Or at least an intended shot as this is backhanded back towards the corner. McGinty again. Hoffman took a piece of that puck for a brief moment. That shot on net was blocked as the Saints escape from that. With less than 10 minutes to go in the second. We're tied at 2. Back comes Alec James again. James, right behind the net once more, stops around from Phillips. He's trying to get it himself, but can't. Lortz will try to get it out, and he can't. It's kept onside. Shot on net, saved by Nate Torres. Rebound in front goes wide. The initial shot came from the high slot as Lortz is trying to get away defensively, and Nate Torres finds the puck and stops play. We have some feistiness there by James, as well as Marsteller. Seems to be a friendly shove after the fact, with 9:27 remaining in the second. Off this tie off of McGinty, the Saints take a big check. It's made there by Phillips as he made the big check there on the right side on Zoe Muscal. As McGinty's going to now get it back towards the point, or at least on the defense. This comes back towards the corner, or at least the side of the net. And Brogy trying to go for it defensively, can't get it. As Parkland is still trying to get the puck. No goals in this period. We had 4 total in the first. None in this period so far. Connor James trying to take the puck himself. He's going to try to get it out. Parkland still keeps it onside. Now this pass now goes to the right side. I believe that was Austin Bellis who had the puck for a brief second. Couldn't pan out if that was a 6 on his jersey or an 8. Regardless, this is still in the Saints' end. As Parkland will have to retrieve it back once more. Chase Carl has his pass whacked off the stick of Fegley. As the Trojans will make this pass all the way down. This was actually intended there for Austin Bellis. And this will actually not be an icing as the puck went right to the equipment there of Heights, so had to stop play. Off this face-off, Hewitt trying to make this pass towards the point of Wiener as it goes off the boards. It's kept in the line as this goes off the roof once again to stop play. So again, if any of you did not hear this earlier, I will be broadcasting another game after this between East Penn, Southern Lehigh, and the Nazareth Blue Eagles at 7:45 approximately. It'll likely be a time after that based on how warm-ups go, but we'll see when we get there. Parkland now will have this back on the right side. That was Daniel Zyka. Lake couldn't keep it in the zone by the point as the Saints clear, but this will be an icing as Wiener touches the puck and backhands it all the way down. Parkland will try to take this puck off this face-off. Hoffman gives it to the captain, Ethan DeLillo. Has had a very good career with the Saints pretty much every year with his team. Will chase for it on the corner as it goes behind the goal. It was checked there off the shoulder of Austin Bellis, as well as Lake. DeLillo trying to retaliate on his shoulder check as this is cleared down by the Trojans. Icing will be the call against Parkland. We have passed the halfway point of regulation time with 7:06 to go in the second. Zager and McIsaac on this tie-up on the circle as the Saints take possession. Alec James trying to get a move around Zager, but he stood in his path and takes it away. Zager on the left wing has shown a decent amount of speed in this game as he tumbles down to the ice. He tried to pump the brakes, but he fell on his own power. Saints now take it back away. James makes this nice pass there for McIsaac on the wing. McIsaac back and back, centering shot, saved today by Torres off Ethan DeLillo as Zager will bring it back on the right side. Zager on the high slot trying to get the puck around Ambrogi. Made some good defensive plays. Outlet pass. Back come the Saints the other way. It's Ethan DeLillo on a 1-on-2 around Lords with a shot. Score! The Saints retake the lead back. Ethan DeLillo. Lords did what he could to defend, but it just wasn't enough. It gets past Torres. And the Saints, after giving up 2 unanswered goals to the Trojans, have the lead back again. Ethan DeLillo gets his 6th goal of the season, and it's 3-2 in favor of the Saints. Alec James gives it back to the recent goal scorer, DeLillo on the corner. DeLillo backhand pass behind his legs. Slap shot, save made by Torres. Good chance there for McIsaac. Trying to get his 2nd of the night. McGinty lobs it back to the corner. Trying to get the puck there was Connor James. McGinty seemed to get to it first. As now the Saints, with his offense, continue to humbling along here. As James is going to make this pass. Was blocked there by Phillips. Piper will go for it. This bouncing knuckle puck goes towards the circle. Marcel will chase for it and take possession himself. Marcel's pass on the wing intended for Phillips. Couldn't connect on the play exactly. This puck goes off the boot there of McIsaac. As the Saints take it back defensively. Connor James will wait all the way back. 5:18 and counting to go in the second. It is 3-2 in favor of the Saints. They actually have not updated the scoreboard yet. It should be 3-2. It still says 2-2. I'm sure they'll fix that in time. As now, this goes there for a shot. Good glove save made there by Nate Torres on Parter Fegley. 5:04 remaining in the second, and now they have updated the scoreboard. It is 3-2. For those of you wondering, since I am off from Kutztown for the next 6 weeks, I will be doing more games in the Lehigh Valley, including in the LVSHL, Phantoms Youth, and whatever else I can see to do. As much as I've had fun with Kutztown University hockey and other things in life, I have missed hockey in the Lehigh Valley. It's kind of good to be back for a little while. But back to this game. As the Trojans get a backhand shot, saved by Torres, by Fegley, as he gets hit hard there by Hewitt immediately after the play was over. And I wonder if we're going to get any penalties from that. That was a hard collision by Hewitt as he is skating towards the Parkland bench, and he's going into the box of shame. So, yeah, he made a big hit there on Fegley after he tried to get an offensive chance. And as a result of that, the Saints are going on the man advantage, and it seems to be. Both teams are going to get a line change here. Fegley will actually go on the bench. So it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for 2 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes to go in the second. 3-2 in favor of the Saints. Off this face-up, puck is dropped here. It comes free as it goes past the blue line. Ambrogi. Back it comes for Connor James. Trying to wave the puck away from Lake, nearly intercepted by Zager as the Saints bring it past the line. Connor James twisting around on the corner. James right in front of us, avoiding the defense. As Lake will take it away shorthanded. Grant Lake pass coming there for Zager. Lost his balance slightly. Saints take it away. They have some room to work with if they can hurry. As Connor James has to... Alec James, I beg your pardon, has to clear it in. French attempted. It was turned over off the stick of Wiener as it's almost seemed like it was cleared. It actually fooled me as Ambrogi attempted to clear it into the zone. It was blocked. And now James will backhand it through. Fretz will go for it. Parkland takes it defensively. Wiener will clear it all the way down. No icing since this is a penalty kill for Parkland. Lake on the corner. We'll give it to Ambrogi. Little less than a minute to go in the power play. 3:40 and counting to go in the second. Alec James with the shot tipped off a Parkland stick that I believe that went off the stick of Wiener and out of play. So they'll move the face-off on one of the circles to continue the play on. It's looking like it's going to be here on the right circle directly in front of us. Line change for both teams, for both the Trojans and Saints. McGinty defensively for the Trojans. And the Saints take it. DeLillo. Rolling puck goes to the point. It's kept in for a shot that goes wide. That was Hoffman with the shot of that. That shot saved by Nate Torres as DeLillo will race for it as McGinty made a nice play to get it out of the zone. Reagan Mitchelltree touched the puck as we're going to get a bit of an unexpected whistle. I'm actually not sure why they called the play dead there. And actually now, I could say, yes, I do know now. There's a penalty on Ethan DeLillo. So it'll be 4-4 for the next 21 seconds. And then the Trojans will go on a power play for the next minute 39. So a decent amount of penalties from both teams in this pretty competitive hockey game. Marsteller holds it on the point. Marsteller, pass comes to the corner. This is whacked off the boards there by Bilger. And now the Trojans will still try to hold on the puck as much as they can to wait to get some reinforcements as their power play has just begun and will get an icing. So they'll have a face-off on the circle to start this power play. It's Zager, Bilger, Marsteller, Lorch. As well on the ice is Jackson Yoakum. Actually, Bilger is going to go to the bench and being replaced by Austin Bellis. So power play for a minute 37 for Parkland as they'll try to get back in this one. Off this face-off, the Trojans and Saints will battle for it. This puck comes loose towards the corner for Bellis. Back to Darren Lorch. Lorch on the fence. This goes off a Saints stick. It went off of McIsaac and high and wide, and Brogy trying to go for it. Taken away by Zager. Zager was somewhat checked on the board. Saints will now take it away on a 1-on-2. Back comes James. James around Marcel going right to the net. He scores! Short-handed goal for Alec James, and it's 4-2 Saints. His second of the night, and his 9th on the year. Short-handed for the Saints, and they lead by 2 once again. That's the second goal that has seemingly gone through the 5-hole of goaltender Nate Torres tonight. As now the Trojans will try to take it back offensively with Zager. Zager ran into the goal scorer James. As his brother Connor will go for it on the left corner. Trying to take down Yoakum. As now the Trojans have it there for Zager. They are on a power play, just to specify. 37 seconds to go on that. Minute 44 counting to go in the second. It is 4-2 Saints. Zager on the wing now. We'll pass this back towards the right side for Bilger. A Saint goes tumbling down behind the net there of Michael Heitzler. As now this pass comes back toward the wing. For a shot save made by Heitzler as he holds on. Spartans forward MJ Edwards just passed by me, actually. I was just saying I'm going to be doing the next game when Southern Lehigh plays Nazareth. Southern Lehigh looking to get their first win of the season. They're 0-6. Definitely not the same team as last year, but they're trying to get their first win tonight as they'll play Nazareth for the second time. Last minute to play in the second period. The Saints bring it in. First shot, saved by Nate Torres. Rebound off the side of the post by Fegley. Had a decent amount of chances in this period. Got another one there. Fegley again. Same pass for Tatum as Torres dislodges the net from his right skate. Didn't seem intentional, at least I don't think it was. 47.1 seconds to go in the second period. Parkland takes it defensively. 44 seconds and counting now. Marsteller behind his own net. Will try to escape away Garcia. And now Darren Lorch on defense. This pass was intended there for Bilger, intercepted by the Saints. McGinty has it now at center. McGinty escaping Mitchelltree and Garcia on the wing now. Shot from long range, saved made by Heitzler, but actually the play was blown dead as he already took the shot on net because we had an offside. Heitzler made the save anyway. Exactly 18 seconds now left on the clock. Hoffman trying to clear there. It goes to Lorch. This goes off the glass as he was checked there by McIsaac. McIsaac touches it as well as Lorch. Cleared into the zone. 10 seconds to go. Heitzler sweeps it away. This pass turned over there. Goes to Bilger with a shot from long range that tipped wide. And a Trojan ran into the goaltender, Heitzler, as time expires. It is 4-2 in favor of the Saints. We'll be back for the third. Third period about to get underway here. It is 4-2 in favor of Saints. As the Trojans are attempting to get back in towards their fourth win of the season. If they can pull it off, the Saints trying to get their fourth as well. Ethan DeLillo and Alec James scored in the second period. Alec now has 2 on the night. He's on the ice right now on the first line for the Saints. He'll be on the left wing. McIsaac and Zager once again at center ice, and the third period's on their way. DeLillo shot a net towards Torres that goes wide. As now Zager once again takes it away as Parkland was down by 2 earlier in the first period, down 2-0. They tied it. They're down by 2 once again. See if they can pull it off. Connor James on defense. Takes it away there from Zager. He's being actually checked by Zager a few times. His brother Alec right next to him on his side. This comes free for the Saints, and they'll take it away, and they will. They're from DeLello. It appeared for a second, and now DeLello will chase it back on the right side. Has a goal tonight. No look pass behind himself. As the Saints take it back there from James. Brought back there from Ambrogi. A shot saved me by Nate Torres. Rebound was loose in front of the crease, but the Trojans will try to retrieve it back out, and they will. McCulley's pass through center ice. Connected back from Zager. Back and comes on the wing. Back there for Zager, who will wait and lost possession. The member of the Valley Forge Minutemen. Zager hits it off the boards in front there for Jokum. Jokum, center pass, comes in front there as it's off the stick there of Ambrogi. As now the Trojans will try to keep it in the zone. This goes off the body of Zager. Bounces back there for McCulley. Set one in front as they'll never get a shot. That was blocked off the body. That was the body there of Connor James. DeLillo clears it down. You know it's coming and icing. Off this face-off there from McGinty. As Phillips is trying to turn back around the side of the net. Bilger going forward. This slamming puck nearly went off the official. Luckily, it missed him, as this will not be icing. Lake. Grant Lake's pass on the wing. Trying to get it right back to him. Fegley clears it back through. No icing here, as he was already past the red line. Now McGinty will turn back around in his own zone. McGinty. That was Wiener wearing his Genesis hockey pants, as you can see the green and dark blue on it from here. Decent amount of players in the LVSHL I've seen over the last year actually playing for Genesis, either currently or in the past, including Spartans forward Cole Schwartz. As now the Trojans try to get it back in from Lake. Fegley on the right side. This goes off the body of Garcia, who chases forward down. Garcia makes a check there on Brody Phillips, I beg your pardon, as Garcia goes forward again. Wiener on defense. Will make a long-range pass through center ice. They couldn't have connected. That was intended there for Bilger. That shot there by Fretz is stopped there by Torres. 14 minutes to go in the third period. It is 4-2 in favor of the Saints. McGinty now going over the line. McGinty trying to get away. Fretz, but he makes a good defensive check with his stick to get it out of the possession of himself. Fretz now lost his stick himself, and now Parkey takes it on the right side. Warning that Connor McDavid, 97. As now they'll get a shot on that, saved by Nate Torres as he holds on. Zoe Musaik with the shot on net as Torres makes this up with 13:38 to go. Off this tie-up, Parkland takes it defensively. Marsteller twirling around in his own zone on the corner. Had a goal earlier in the first period. Takes the puck again. As Parkland will attempt to get it back out. This is a long-range pass, and this will be an icing against Parkland once again. East Penn Southern Lehigh forward Jaden Conway just passed by me. I was wishing him luck for his game. As Darren Lorch on defense on the corner. Its bouncing pass goes all the way to Connor James. James back towards Piper. Piper off the stick of DeLillo. Checking down Marstar slightly. This goes off the glass and behind the goal. McIsaac near there for the Saints. Trying to get the puck that's taken away. Lortz down toward it. Now goes to the captain. DeLillo gets taken down the side net. Saved there by Nate Torres. That goes on the side of the net as that was shot there by James. Alec James will wait as we're going to get a whistle to stop play with 12.5 to go in the third. I was not sure why they called that initially. I wonder if we have a penalty as the officials talking at the scorer's box right now. They appear to be moving the face-off into Saints territory. And I believe we do have a penalty. DeLillo is near the penalty box right now, and he's going back in the box for the second time tonight. Timeout, Parkland. 12.5 to go in the third. Timeout has concluded, and the power play for Parkland is about to begin. DeLillo guilty of the penalty as he's in the box ashamed for the second time tonight. Ambrosi and Hoffman will be on defense for this penalty kill for the Saints. And at forward will be Alec James as well as David McIsaac. McGinty, as well as all of his other teammates, will be on the ice for Parkland on their man advantage. Off this face of McIsaac and Bellis, won by the Trojans. Zager's pass intended on the point. McIsaac trying to get it out past the line. It's kept onside for now. It goes to Zager. Trying to avoid the check there of Ambrosi. Takes down Ambrosi himself as it's kept onside for a backhand shot that was blocked by Hoffman. Now Alec James we have a slight collision at center ice between Alec James and Eric Zager. Saints take it away. It goes to James. Had a short-handed goal in the second period. Seems to be a very good penalty killer, at least in this game. Parkland now moves offensively past the line. Sawyer Marstow moving on in. Shooting save made by Heitzler with the right pad. Austin Bellis turning around as he hits it off of James. Ambrosi clears it off the glass and out of harm's way. Zager now. A minute to go on the power play for Parkland. As now Zager has it on the wing. On the corner now, off the boards, checked by Ambrosi, as no Parkland Trojan was there to keep it onside. This pass was tipped off a Trojan stick. It went off of Fegley as he hits it off the boards near the bench and all the way down. And now the Saints take it away. Here comes Fegley, short-handed, trying to make a pass in front that's tipped wide. The pass intended there for Parker Tatum. The Saints that close to getting their second short-handed goal of the night. Back comes the Trojans the other way. Move it back towards the wing. Fretz trying to get it back on the defensive side. Tatum trying to play defense too here. This is backhanded back there for a shot saved. Actually, it was not saved by Heitzler. That was a shot there from McGinty. This pass goes down for the wing there for a shot saved by Heitzler as he covers the rebound. Vedakunis was the one that got the shot on net there for Parkland. He's actually one of two Trojans wearing Genesis hockey pants right now. Him and Wiener are wearing it right now on the far sides near the blue line. Power play has ended, just to clarify, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as of right now. 10.5 to go in the third. It is 4-2 in favor of the Saints. This goes in front there for Bilger. So save rebound in front. Heitzler sprawls across, and there was a somewhat open cage there as I believe Heitzler actually touched the post with his glove, sort of like Marc-Andre Fleury does in the NHL to thank it. I suppose it went off of it. I did not see it based on this perspective, as the Saints seem to get lucky there. Parkland that close to getting it back in this game. 10 minutes to go. Parkland has several forwards going past the line. And so stop here. Ambrosi trying to take a player down. This comes in front there for Bilger as he's going to set one up here. This puck is now whacked towards the circle as the Trojans have it back at center ice. This puck was intended there off of Fretz's stick. As now Fegley will take it on the left side. Off the boards it comes back as Jack Piper now comes off the bench to play defense for the Saints. Icing is called here against the Trojans. Well, there's still 9 minutes to go, but we'll keep our eyes on Nate Torres if the Trojans pull their goaltender at some point towards the end of the third period. We still got a little while before we get to that point, though, if at all. Off this faceoff, Sawyer Marsteller Well, now trying to get away there from Pascal as he's trying to get the puck once again. Has had a lot of puck possession time tonight. No wonder he has a goal. Zager was checked there in front by James. They'll battle for it in front of my broadcast banner. If you can see it, it's right there. Actually, right in front of it. This comes back there for Parkey, trying to get around there, but from Marster, good play to hit the puck with his body. A Trojan gets checked down in front of the goal there. That was Yoakum, as Zager has it on the corner, turning around. Zager off the side of the boards was checked there by Connor James. He's going to need some help here. As McCauley was near it, Jackson Tao, the backup goaltender for the Saints, playing a forward, makes his pass to Parkey. Parkey, with the 97, makes his pass that goes to the corner instead. Still trying to battle for this puck in front towards the back part of the goal of Nate Torres. Parkland now rush back the other way with several forwards going into the Saints zone. Marstar on the wing with the shot that goes wide. Yoakum back at best. Sent one in for first shot. They score! McCauley, it's a one-goal game. James McCauley with his third on the season. Parkland trails by 1. 8 minutes to go. McCauley actually had a goal against the Saints the last time these two teams played, as he gets his second against the Saints this season. It is 4-3 as that shot goes wide of Torres. Should be interesting until the end. As now McIsaac will turn back around. He gets checked there on the boards there. Gets back up on his 2 feet. This goes off the boards near the Trojans bench. DeLillo trying to take it away himself. Ethan DeLillo will have to give it to Luke Hoffman. Hoffman's pass nearly turned over there to Austin Bell as it goes to Connor James instead, looking to get the hat trick. James will make a backhand pass behind himself there. This comes in front for McIsaac. He gets somewhat checked there on near the right circle there by Zyka, as now the Trojans still having a little trouble getting out of their own end. This comes to the side, and that's saved by Nate Torres, doing a bit of a snow angel there to stop play and keeping the puck out of the net, at least on that chance. We'll get a line change from both teams. Off this tie-up, James hits it off the glass. Parker Tatum will chase for it down. Can't get to it in time. Wiener behind his net will turn back towards the right corner as well. Wiener with 13 points coming into this game will stop on the point. Takes a shot that trickles wide. McGinty was trying to get his stick towards the net to maybe tip it in. It just would not go. This puck goes off the roof and out of play. 6.5 to go in regulation. Just to clarify, there are no overtime or shootout games in the LVSHL, at least in the regular season. There is overtime games in the playoffs. I'm just mentioning that if the Trojans manage to tie this game, and if there's no team that has a lead at the end of regulation. Astonishingly, this season, the Nazareth Blue Eagles actually have 2 ties. This is backhanded into the zone there by Wiener. And Brogy, McGinty pressuring for it, as well as Bilger. And Brogy nearly lost it. Here comes in front. McIsaac nearly gave it away as it comes back to center ice. Connor James' pass goes to McIsaac as he's checked there near to the Parkland bench by Wiener. Wiener going forward as well. This puck rolls in front towards the net of Torres and goes wide. Bilger, a little less than 6 minutes to go in the game. How will this one end? We'll see. Connor McGinty into Saints territory now. Getting around in Brody. Turns back on the circle. McGinty twisting around again. Looking for some options. He has Phillips in front of the goal. Got it to him as it comes back towards the right corner. James. Connor James off the boards away from McGinty. Will go for it. Sending for first shot. Saved by Heitzberg on Bilger. His biggest stop of the night to keep this game a 4-3 lead for the Saints. Marsdauer talking with the official there, as he's going to stay on the line here for Parkland. Sager, Marsteller, McCauley, the recent goal scorer, will stay on the ice here for Parkland, as well as Yoakum and Lorch. Fegley will take it off this face-off. Hoffman will have to take it back in his own end once again. Hoffman's pass going to Fegley. Backhand pass towards Parker Tatum on the wing now. Tatum approaching the goal. Save made by Nate Torres. 5:03 now left to go. Saints taking the puck off this face-off as they'll get a backhand shot saved by Torres. Actually, that went off of him. Sometimes from this perspective, it's hard to tell if the puck actually goes off the goaltender in some circumstances as this puck comes back towards the Saints end for Hoffman. We'll keep our eyes on Nate Torres as the Trojans are down by 1. Sawyer Marstow turns back. Someone fell down. He turned it over there for Connor James. Alec James, I beg your pardon. Alec James on the wing, making some moves, trying to go right to the net, but he couldn't get a shot. Throws one across, but no Saint there to tip it home. Parkland brings it back towards the line from Zager, and Brogy's pass goes there for McIsaac. Good play. McIsaac with the shot, trickles wide of the right side there of Torres. Connor James. Pass on the wing comes there from McIsaac. Back it comes there for Ethan DeLillo. Hewitt going for it too on the corner. They're still battle for it with a little less than 4 minutes to go. And we are going to have a penalty coming up on the Saints. This is exactly what the Trojans needed. 2-minute penalty coming up against Lehigh Valley Saints. Parkland going on their biggest power play of the game. Off this faceoff, one clean by the Trojans. Trying to get back in this one. McGinty, Saturday pass there. Zager, saved by Heitzler. Eric Zager will go against David McIsaac. And off this faceoff, once again, won by Parkland. Marstow, McGinty won the puck. And now he'll take it himself. Connor McGinty trying to get around Connor James. Rings it around there for Austin Bellis. Taken away there by Sean Ambrogi. Ambrogi will clear down. Torres will leave the puck for Marsteller. As they'll race back the other way for Parkland. Trojans bring it past the line as this will go off the side of the net of Heitzler. James hits it off the glass as they'll bounce past the line again. Marsteller takes it once more. This is brought back on the wing there by the Trojans. On an onside play. That is Darren Lorch. As he'll go for it in the corner. Now goes to Zager. Zager, backhand pass going to Marstower. Keeps it onside. Trojans trying to set up here. That shot goes wide. A near screen there by Austin Bell. It's on Heitzler in the goal for the Saints. Darren Lorch. 2.5 to go in the third period. Saints nearly take it away. Ambrogi couldn't clear it out. It's kept in the zone, and that shot goes wide. Rebound in front, whacked off a Saints body, I believe. That second chance coming from Zager. 30 seconds to go in the power play. James moving in short-handed. James with a shot that was blocked there. Alec James to be exact. His winner Connor is on the bench. Wiener brings it past the line into the zone. 17 seconds to go in the power play. This pass goes to Zager, but he lost his edge there as they'll have to retrieve it back through center ice. 10 seconds on the power play now. 2 minutes to go in the game. It's 4-3 in favor of the Saints. Zager. Wiener fed one across there. Pass in front. They score! Austin Bellis ties the laces at 4. They've done it again! Parkland was down 2-0 in the first period. They came back to tie it at 2. They were down 4-2, and they've come back from behind by 2 goals once again, and we're tied at 4. Bellis gets his 3rd goal of the season, and we got a timeout called by the Saints. 1:49 to go. So I was trying to say earlier, no games go to overtime in the regular season in the LVSHL. So we'll see if this ends in a tie or if either team gets a last-second goal, kind of basically like sudden death overtime really right now. So we're tied at 4. Austin Bellis, the second goal scored for Parkland, wearing 8 in red and gray. McIsaac at center ice, going against Aaron Zager for seems like the 1 millionth time on the circle. So we'll see how this game ends up, as James's pass was tipped off of DeLillo's stick. James will have to twirl back near the Parkland bench in neutral ice. Ambrogi on defense. Nearly lost it. Saints moving back in there from McIsaac. Rick Wiener's pass was lobbed and went. I believe the puck actually went off the official. I wasn't sure if it did, as he had the duck for cover. Brought back into the zone. 1:20 to go in the game. Tied at 4. Connor James in his own zone. Outlet pass all the way going to his brother, Alec. Alec whacking for it. They went off a Parkland body as the Trojans move back offensively. Last minute to play in regulation. See how this one ends. James will have to turn back in his own zone. Connor James off the boards there near DeLillo. The captain takes it on the right side. DeLillo on the wing. This pass comes in front there for a shot. Saved me by Nick Torres. Rebound in front. They score! Alex James with the hat. And your third of the night. Just as things were seeming like it was going to maybe end the time, maybe not so much. Alec James, his 10th of the season. Don't throw your hats onto the ice until the game is over, as he gets the hat trick and the potential game winner. Nate Torres is way out of his crease. The Trojans will see, are seemingly going to try to pull their goaltender pretty quickly here, as out of nowhere the Saints have the lead again. Less than 40 seconds and counting. It's 5-4 Saints. James still on the ice, of course. Why wouldn't you have him on the ice right now as this goes into the Saints bench? Both teams have already called their timeout, so we'll just continue the play on. Actually, the puck did not go into the Saints bench. It went into the scorer's box and throw back onto the ice. Torres out of his crease, 31.3 seconds and counting to go in the game. Lorch clears it into the zone. No icing here. Torres to the bench. It's 6-5 for Parkland. They're trailed by 1. 20 seconds and counting. They got to hurry to set up here. Connor James, checked there by Phillips, kept on the line by Marstar. They got time. Bellis keeps it in. Bellis, shoot!
And that save is made there by Heitzler. 7
to go. Bellis on the dot. The biggest face-off of the night against McIsaac. Puck is dropped. Play continues on. Control there by James. McIsaac clears it out of the zone, and there will be an icing with exactly 1 second remaining. So Parkland's going to have to get a quick face-off win and a slap shot if they got any chance on tying this puppy up at 5. They're going to have to come up with a play quickly. Bilger against McIsaac. Hewitt on his right. Off this face-off, and the Saints have won it. The Saints take the 5-4 lead.
Fun courtesy of Alex James.
What a night for him, as he's the player of the game. I'm not sure who else he would give it to, as the Saints hold on for a 5-4 win. They get their 4th win of the season and tied with Bethlehem Area School District for first place in the varsity division. Both teams put out a valiant effort, but the Saints are victorious at the end of the day. I'm Nicholas Garofalo. Thank you for joining us.
Another edition of Nick's Hockey Broadcast. The Lehigh Saints defeat the Parkland Trojans 5-4. I'll be back for the next game between East Penn State and Lehigh and the Nazareth Blue Eagles. Good night.